Hello my friends, hello and welcome back to my channel. This video today is my end of the month declutter with me video. You probably knew that, well, first by the title, but if you're not new around here, you know this location means end of the month declutter with me video because this is where I store all of the items that I'm ready to declutter. This is our laundry room and there's a counter in here where I can easily store things. I have a little basket where I keep all the items I want to let go of, and this laundry room is right by the garage where I take it out to take it to the donation center. So that is why I'm down here in my laundry room. But I did want to tell you that today's video is in collaboration with my friend Cami from American Wife. I know we have been collaborating on this end of the month declutter with me pretty much all year long, and it helps her to stay accountable to decluttering around her house. So she really enjoys joining me and I enjoy collabing with her. I always love seeing what she has to declutter. You will definitely want to check out her video and her channel in general. I just adore Cami. She has the best personality. She's so kind and sweet and is always giggling in her videos, which always makes me super happy. But let me get into everything I decluttered in the month of June. First up, I have some bedding items. I have this pillow sham that is very dingy, and I've tried different things to get it to not be dingy, but I just decided to replace these pillow shams. It came in a set of 2, but I kept the other one because this one, which I'll be honest is my husband's, is just very dingy. The other one isn't quite as dingy, so I kept it just to have in case the new ones get dingy. But anyway, I am letting this go because I replaced it. And I also replaced our duvet insert for our duvet cover on our bed, because this one I just bought at IKEA and it was always like shifting around inside of the duvet or the duvet cover. And I noticed that Brooklinen, where I got the duvet cover, had their own inserts that have like these loops where you can tie the insert to the duvet cover to prevent that from like moving around. And I did try to use those ties like on the corners of this duvet cover, but it did not work well. And honestly, this did not fit as well too. So I don't know if Brooklinen has like maybe just a little bit of an off size for a full queen, and they do that in part to get you to buy their inserts. I don't know. But anyway, I replaced the insert, and so I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of this insert. Next up, I have these 2 outlet covers. I recently did a makeover in my kitchen nook, and I decided to purchase paintable outlet covers, which I do a lot when I upgrade a space. And so I'm just gonna go ahead and let these go. I could hold on to them just in case, but I don't think I'll ever put these back on those outlets. And honestly, these are super cheap to replace if necessary. I am also getting rid of these, whoa, I can't hold them all, 6 dryer balls. And the reason I'm getting rid of them, once again, they have been replaced with new dryer balls. So I purchased toiletries and cleaning products from the company Public Goods, and they recently sent a gift with my order, and that gift was a set of dryer balls. And I've had these for quite a while. I did have 6. Their package had 4, but I don't see the need for more than 4. So I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of all 6 of those. Okay, we definitely have a theme going. So I replaced something else that broke. I actually put it in the new box, but these are, what do you call these? These are like a remote control. You can plug something into this plug, and then there's a corresponding remote control. and it comes with a set of 3, and then it has like 3 different buttons on here. You can turn it on and then turn it off. We first actually purchased these for our Christmas lights so that we could easily turn them on and off instead of always having to unplug them. However, a couple years ago, we needed to replace our garbage disposal, and I accidentally bought a garbage disposal that plugged into the wall instead of a wired garbage disposal. So it created a little issue for us, and to remedy that issue, we basically just use one of these and we turn on our garbage disposal with a remote. I know this all sounds very weird. It's quirky, but it works for us until this garbage disposal breaks, and then I know next time that I need to buy one that is wired so that I can use the switch on the side of the wall in the kitchen. But anyway, because we turn this on and off, oftentimes with wet hands, it just quit working. I believe it was just from it being wet. So I'm trying to be more intentional about drying off my hands before I turn on the garbage disposal. So yeah, it broke, so we had to replace it. I will take a moment to say that I know a lot of the items that I'm sharing with you are items that I'm replacing, but I do think it's very important when you're replacing an item to be sure to get rid of the old item. Don't keep holding on to things that you're replacing, because that is a really easy way to collect clutter, and that is an easy way to get overwhelmed with your stuff, is when you don't do the 1 in, 1 out rule. Next up is a pair of water shoes that belong to my husband. We recently did a getaway, and one of the things we did over that weekend was we did river tubing. Maybe this is just a Texas thing, I don't know, but look it up. It's a lot of fun. You basically just rent a tube and then float all the way down the river in the tube. It's really quite fun. It sounds boring, but it's fun, it's relaxing. But you do want to wear water shoes just because the edge where you have to walk down into the water is very rocky. The bottom is slimy, rocky, so it's, you know, you probably should wear water shoes. Well, anyway, he wore these. I washed them and dried them, and that was not a good idea because it just came apart. So he told me I could go ahead and get rid of them. Likely these weren't very expensive as they're just water shoes. Next up, I have this vase with some plants, some foliage. What is this called? Florals. I don't know. Anyway, it broke. It was sitting on a shelf and it fell down and broke. And I did try to glue it back together, and it was fine like that for a while. And then the other day I was picking it up off the shelf. I think I even picked it up by the neck, and it just boop, came apart again. And I was like, you know, I don't really need this. It's broken. I don't need yet another thing that I have to move to dust. And I actually have 2 of these. I bought 2 identical ones, and so I think I'm okay with getting rid of this one and not continuing to glue it back together. I did grab a few items out of my husband's office the last time I cleaned it that I don't really want anymore. I'm the one who brought them into our home. I usually make sure that I allow my family members to declutter their items. I don't declutter anything that doesn't belong to me. Even though these were in my husband's office, I was the one that chose to bring them into our home, and so I feel okay with letting them go. And the first is this globe, and the primary reason why I'm letting these go is they're just decorative pieces, and it's just kind of a pain to have to move them, to clean around them. So I figure it's just easier if he doesn't have a bunch of decorative pieces in his office. The next thing is this little package of quotes, inspirational quotes. I don't think he ever really looked at these. I don't really look at these anymore, so I'm going to let them go. I'm going to let them go to inspire someone else. Lastly, from my husband's office was this felt board with letters. When I cleaned out his office, I shared this. I still have not found that L. I don't know where that L is. And I still actually have not looked for the letters. I will of course find the letters to go with this board when I give it away, because, you know, that would be silly. So I've got to find those letters, but I'm going to be giving this board away along with the letters. I do have a water bottle that we got for free. My husband got it when he went to a doctor's appointment, and I don't know, I think they gave him a pen and sticky notes, and he kept those, but he said he would not use this. We try not to use any plastic, so I'm just gonna go ahead and give this away. It's brand new, so maybe somebody could use it. Lastly, I believe this, yeah, this is my daughter's. She used to have a laptop, and this was like a cooling device so that her laptop wouldn't overheat when she was playing video games, but she recently replaced her laptop with a desktop computer, and so I assume that's why she put that down here. She knows where I put all of my stuff that I'm going to declutter, so this is something my daughter decluttered, but it is leaving our home. Okay, my friends, I have one more item that's down here that I put with my declutter pile that I was thinking about letting go, but on further thought, I decided I'm not quite ready to let it go yet. And I thought to myself, this would be a fun addition to my end of the month declutter with me that I would share with you. Hopefully I can come up with at least one item per month that's on the chopping block, and I can talk you through why I'm not currently using it, but why I'm going to be keeping it. And maybe that'll help you. I know that sometimes it can be really difficult to declutter. It can be hard to let things go for whatever reason. There's lots of reasons why it's hard to declutter, and I know that. I've been on this decluttering journey for many years, so I'm well aware of all those reasons why it might be hard, but I will show you this. I took this calendar down. It was in my kitchen nook, and we always had a whiteboard calendar when my kids were growing up. It was the way that I could keep everything straight. It was my sanity. Each child had a different color of dry erase marker, so I could just glance at the board and knew who was doing what on each day of the week. And I've noticed that now that my kids are older and it's just my appointments and my schedule that I'm putting on this board, I'm finding that it's too much hassle. I have a calendar on my phone, and I also have a paper calendar at my desk, and I feel like that is sufficient enough. I do not need to also have the calendar on the wall. I did just do a makeover in my kitchen nook, and this was not a part of the makeover and stylistically what I was wanting to do in there, so I did take it down. But I was thinking this could come in handy in the future if I would need it for like my husband and I. Right now our schedules are pretty uniform, and it's like we do the same thing week after week, but there might be a time in the future where that will not be the case for him and I, and it might be good to have like a schedule where we know what each of us are doing each week. And in addition to that, this was an investment. It was a little bit pricey, and I love the aesthetic of it. If you don't remember it from past videos, it has these gold fixtures for the corners to attach it to the wall. So it's just a really pretty minimalist aesthetic that I love. So I'm going to keep this for a while because I'm not quite ready to let it go. So this guy is on the chopping block for the month of June. Okay, my friends, that is all I have for this month's Declutter With Me video. I do hope it brought you some motivation or inspiration to look around your home to see things that you could declutter today. Please don't forget to check out Cammie's video. I will have that linked in my description box below, so it's really easy to find. But as always, I really appreciate you watching my videos all the way until the end, and I will see you next time. Bye!